Number 3. Number 3.
Today's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uno, dos, tres.
Someone's been using Duolingo.
I have. I love Duolingo.
Apparently they fixed the owl so it doesn't harass you as much anymore.
Yo como manzanas. Do you know what that means?
I something.
Eat apples.
Good job. The question is, do you actually eat apples?
Applesauce.
Yes. You know what? No. Good. Good. That's great. You should definitely be relearning Spanish since you definitely learned it in high school.
Yo bebo agua.
You drink water.
Yay!
Context clues are not as good as Duolingo. Learn a second language. Don't be like me, an idiot monolingual American. Hello. Welcome back to Full Survivor, where we make fun of ourselves while we attempt to speak Spanish.
The way I see it, my goal was to retrain myself to think in a second language by revisiting Spanish.
Yes.
Excuse me. And then attempt to learn German. And if I accomplish German because I have people in one of my knit groups, young ladies in one of my knit groups that are German that I can actually practice on. And if I actually learn German and get to a point where I can have conversation in German, then I'm going to try Gaelic.
Why not just go for Gaelic?
I think it would be good to know German too. I want to go to Germany, so I think it would be...
I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't learn German. It's like, if you want to learn Gaelic, why not just do it? I kind of want to learn Irish, but that's not the same as Gaelic.
Yeah, there's 2 different forms of Gaelic. Well, there's 3, I think. I think there's an Irish Gaelic.
No, they just call it Irish.
Oh, really?
They just call it Irish. I have coworkers who are Irish. They just call it Irish, I think, maybe. I don't know. I'm not Irish. Well, I
think there's a Scottish Gaelic and there's a Welsh Gaelic. But I thought that Irish was also called Irish Gaelic.
I think that if you're in Wales, they call it Welsh. And if they're in Ireland, they call it Irish. And if they're in Scotland, they call it Gaelic. Because the fucking English are there, which, no offense to all of our lovely English viewers, if we have any, but my dad's Scottish, so I have a definite slant there on that history, which is to say, naughty, naughty, taking away languages, started next door. But yeah, I think it's like the same root, but it's sort of like how Cajun French and Parisian French and like African French are all French, but they're not all the same language.
Yeah.
It's very like almost as if no, that's literally what it is. It's the same language.
Derivation, isn't it? A derivation of the root language?
No, maybe? I don't know. I'm not a linguist.
Nope, we're just full survivors.
What do I know about linguistics?
Again, why are we talking about languages with you guys? This is a knitting.
This is how our knit groups go, though. You know that's true.
Yes,
it's very true.
Okay.
Okay.
Any more chit chat?
I mean, we've just started. Do you not like talking to me anymore?
No, I love talking to you.
Where's my coffee? Behind you. I don't know why I came
in front of the girl with the kitty cat that reminded me of you when you were little. I saw that card in the library in Scotland. It's called Baba and Billy by John Duncan. He's a Scottish painter, I believe. And when we were in Fife at the library in Kirkcaldy, I looked at it and I said, oh, that looks like Avery, doesn't it? And Dad got it for me.
I think the best part is how interested in this entire situation the cat is. In case you were wondering. So here, we can just put that there.
Yep.
So you can all look at...
Next to...
Actually, it's behind my head. Never mind.
Next to your grandmother's family picture.
Yep. Which probably no one is paying attention to. We should really have, like, fun, interesting knickknacks back there.
We do. Look. Here's
literally all behind my head.
Oh. I'll rearrange them.
No,
so
I mean,
they're a
we
little
don't...
bit more. Oh yeah, we could bring the sheep over and the quilt lady over. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
I think the linguistics conversation was probably more interesting
than rearranging the knickknacks in the craft room.
Probably. Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo bebo agua.
I don't drink water. We literally just had this conversation the other day. Several of my acquaintances set up like a reminder in a group chat we have. And every 3 hours it's like, hey, don't forget to drink water. And I'm like,
thinking of drinking water.
Taking a sip of my coffee now. Thanks for the reminder. Thanks for the reminder. I'm popping open a beer now. And everybody in that group chat who doesn't know me very well is just like, Avery? And I'm like, yeah, what's up? No, I'm fine. No, I have not had water today. Don't worry about it. So I've been trying to get better about that. Low-key failing, but it's fine. Don't worry.
Oh, the shenanigans.
The shenanigans. The Knitnanigans.
Knitnanigans.
Knitnanigans. Remember when that was one of my ideas for the name for the podcast, and you were just like, no one can say that.
Knitnanigans.
Yep.
That's the name of this episode.
Knitnanigans. That's easy. Thanks for coming up with it with me right now instead of me sitting here uploading it going, wait, I was about to say a curse. This is a swearing-friendly podcast. No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Maybe I did. This is a swearing-friendly podcast. If I have already done cursed, sorry.
Wow, we are like, God knows how many minutes into this, and like 10, and we haven't even said who we are. If you're new, we are so sorry. So, I'm Angie. My social media information is in the down bar thing below.
I'm Avery. Mine is also down there.
Our social media information for Thick Skein, our yarn company, is down below as well. All of the show notes will be down below as well. And
we'll have a shop update at the end of the podcast.
Yes.
But we'll tell you before it happens in case you don't want to know.
Yeah, you know. Also, if you're new, yes, this is probably normal.
This is very normal.
We're fairly
fools for fiber.
Yeah.
Fools,
Yeah, that was pretty literal.
Yes. So what have you...
We probably sound weird if you're new.
Why?
We both have very distinct southern accents, I think.
Do I have a southern accent?
A little.
I am not drunk, mad, or tired. I should not have a southern accent. right now. That is, I have not spoken to anyone from Alabama. I am not tired. I have not had booze, and I have not.
Okay, I sound weird because
No,
I
you don't
definitely.
sound weird. I don't think a southern accent.
We don't
sounds
live in
weird.
the South. That's all. That's the only reason I was saying it. We are in America. Don't live in the South. Married to a Scotsman. That's me. But
It means that my accent's really weird.
yes, and she uses some words that are definitely not American words for fetch. Fetch. In third grade, you were talking about fetching things instead of getting things.
I'm not
Anyway.
in third grade anymore.
No, but
I guess I just didn't realize you thought we talked weird. I think I talk weird because I'm on the internet. And my entire household just speaks to each other in, like, TikTok memes at this point, which is really not where I thought I would be. But I guess before we spoke to each other in TikTok memes, we spoke to each other in Vine memes, so realistically we've just come full circle back to stupid short videos on the internet.
no earthly idea.
Two dudes sitting in a hot tub, 5 feet apart, cause I'm not kidding.
I can't do any of that TikTok stuff, so I don't. It's like,
What do you mean you can't do it? Oh my god, no, I don't watch people do the Renegade. What, you think I'm sitting there watching people like, Renegade? No, that's not, wow, no.
last episode was.
Watch me whip. Is this going to be Knitnanigans Renegade? Is that what this is?
I have no idea.
No, that's not.
I have allergies. We're not sick. My nose is running.
This in the year of
Yes.
2020 COVID.
Yes.
I have natural allergies.
Yes.
That's true.
I promise it's allergies.
As I lean closer to make sure we're both in frame. So, no, that is not the kind of TikToks that I watch because, well, if you enjoy watching teenagers do the Renegade, I support you, maybe, depending upon who you are, because that could be real weird. But if you're just like a teenager who stumbled upon this and you're like, I like that, that's fine. Do you, sweetheart. If you're like a 40-year-old man, stop it. Just don't do that. Just stop it. Just don't do that. But no, I watch like adults do adult content funniness on the internet. Like, hey, I have a mortgage. Mortgages suck. And you're like, yeah, it does. Like, that's the kind of. Or people just like doing stupid things on the internet.
Maybe I'll have to put TikTok on my phone and see.
No, don't do that.
Don't go into that hole. Okay, I won't go into that hole.
I'll put on a TikTok compilation for you later, and we'll see if you want to dive into that. I just like it's weird because TikTok is either like Renegade, or it's become sort of a microcosm of several communities. I wonder if there's a knitting talk. Is there a Fiverr TikTok community? I would not be surprised because there's so many weird niche corners of TikTok to the point to where like there are definitely creators that are like, my video ended up on regular TikTok. If you're like in this community, please interact with this video so I get off of regular TikTok. And I'm like, what is regular TikTok? And then I remember that the Renegade exists. And people make serious careers out of doing that. And have, like, full-scale drama in their life. I don't understand that. But that's not the point. TikTok. That's... Hello. I'm on it too much. It's just really easy to, like, scroll through.
Yeah.
There's this one lady that'll just look at you and be like, in case no one's told you today, you're loved. you're important. And the first time I saw that, it was like 2 a.m. and I was like, thank you so much. Actually, I did need to hear that. Like, there's a lot of variance.
Wow.
What?
She's
really
sweet.
nice, actually. We will link her below if that's possible. She does like vegan recipes and stuff,
Oh,
and
cool.
she's also just very like reassuring. Like there's stuff like that, and there's also like.
So I did something this week. Speaking of vegan.
I hate it when you start sentences with that. What?
So
I'm a carnivore.
I've been trying really hard to get more vegetable in my diet because of some.
Medical.
I just need to eat more veg. But it's very hard for me to eat vegetables.
Right.
So I opted to not get regular breakfast sausage this week. And I got Beyond sausage patties.
Yeah, how'd that go?
I think I cooked them the wrong way. Because they were very, very tough.
I mean, I don't.
The taste was good. I got the spicy ones. And the taste was actually really good. I made 2 biscuits, like, out of Bisquick and just a little bit of milk. And it worked great. Drop biscuits didn't do any of the, like, you know, rolling and cutting and not. It's too much work.
For 2
just
biscuits,
plain
yes.
drop biscuits, right?
Sure.
Mix it up and put just 2 little mounds and let them cook.
Right.
And I cooked 2 patties at the same time, and I had a biscuit with one of the sausage patties in it, and it was actually really, the taste was really, really tasty. Like,
But
I could go there if it wasn't so tough. So I'm trying to figure out how, if you cook Beyond,
let us know.
tell me how to cook it so it's not rubbery. Because I want to eat it. I want to eat Beyond sausage patties, not the bratwurst, sausage patties.
I mean, I
would even try the bratwurst in the long run, because honestly, the sausage patties were good if they weren't tough. But, you know, so if you know how to cook them so that they're kind of juicy like a hamburger, not dried
Don't
out.
they have hamburgers?
They do have hamburgers.
Oh, but you want sausage.
Yeah, because I like sausage in the morning for breakfast.
Yeah.
Instead of bacon.
I can just eat eggs.
And I thought this would be an easy way to substitute vegetable.
Yeah.
And veg protein as opposed to meat protein in my diet.
Yeah.
And so anyway, there you go. That's what I need help with.
Please help.
How do you
I got
cook
nothing.
Beyond sausage patties so that they're not tough?
We should probably talk about yarn.
I know. Yeah,
probably.
we should.
Maybe.
I don't have a finished object, so
I have one which you guys have already seen, because at this point we've already put up the video about the Empower People 2020.
Show it anyway, because some people might have missed that little video too.
Okay. This is my bandana for Empower People 2020.
This is the Casapinka. Oh, yes.
Wear it like this.
Yes.
Like a little
This is
babushka. No,
good.
that's not how you wear it at all. That's not how you wear it at all.
The shenanigans.
The Knitnanigans, actually. So this is the bandana.
Casapinka's bandana knitting pattern.
Yes.
Yes.
Which I need to make I'm gonna have to make a quick project on Ravelry for it. But it's done. It's cute. I like it a lot. You can also wear it you can wear it as a headband.
Show them. It's okay. It didn't mess your hair up.
I'm just so used to my hair getting messed up so much easier.
So on the empowerpeople2020.com website, there's 3 patterns.
Definitely know how to wear this. Don't worry about it.
There's the knitting pattern by Casapinka, and there's a crochet pattern and a sewing pattern.
Yep. And I actually quite like the little bandana pattern. I would probably do it in other colors and just wear them. Especially since I'm considering growing my hair out, so there's going to be periods of my time where the hair is just going to be a really weird angle, and it might be a good alternative for a hat, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
I will say that it's a little bit loose.
Oh, for a hairband?
Yeah. But, which is the exact opposite of what I thought was going to happen. I thought it was going to be too small because I have a big head. But, it's cute. I like it a lot, and I feel like it was really easy. I think it worked up in a single evening.
It's a garter stitch.
Yeah.
So it's a fairly easy, it would be an easy pattern for someone to learn how to do increases on.
It's true. This would just be an easy pattern to learn on because it's garter stitch, so it's just
wonderful pattern for quick Christmas presents. Even if you aren't doing it in purple eventually, so get the pattern, do the purple one for the Empower People 2020 movement.
Yep.
And then use the pattern to make easy Christmas presents,
Yeah. Because if I was going to do that specifically for a head, I would probably take it down to a total of 20, no, that's a total of 20 inches. So I would take it down to 18 because it's just a smidge too big. So I'd probably take it down to you knit the increases until it's 16 inches and then knit the last 2 inches and then you sew it together.
Cool.
But yeah, that's literally the only thing I finished because I've been doing other things, so I haven't been working on my tank top.
Yes, we've gotten distracted.
Well, yeah, always. So, do you want to we can do works in progress now since we are sad and only have the one finished object.
Yeah. I'll do.
You want to do yours?
Do you want me to do mine?
Yeah, okay. Well, since I'm the only one who.
Alright.
Which is still funny to me that I keep being the one who has at least one finished object to be like, haha! Haha!
So, I'll tell you the name of the pattern in just a moment. So there's a lace. I don't know if you can see that. The yarn is Cocktails in the Gin and Tonic colorway. It's by John Arbin Mills in the UK. It's a Corriedale, I think it's Corriedale alpaca silk blend. I love this yarn, and they don't make it anymore. It was a one-time for Edinburgh.
Oh, that you went to without me.
The stitch marker that I held up, that is the Corner of Craft, Hannah. That's one of her beaded stitch markers. So we'll include her this week since I showed that.
Never gonna forget the first time you mentioned her to me. You just said that they were beaded stitch markers, and I thought that it was just a bead on a stitch marker. And I was like, what? Why would you pay that much for just a bead? And you were like, no.
Oh no.
And then you showed me, and I was like, oh no, that's definitely worth the money. Because it's really, really intricate and small and pretty and cute. I think that's super cool.
That's her rendition of the famous coffee cup.
Oh, we shan't call it by its name. Even though I'm drinking out of one of their cups as well.
So, and this is the John Arbin. Sorry, the ball is really messy. You don't even want me to tell you what happened with this ball.
Was it a Buffy?
I can't. Anyway, so it's got a bit of a yellow cast to it.
Yeah.
But there's also a gray cast in certain lighting too. It's a really unique.
We've definitely learned recently that colors are weird and lighting makes them even weirder, which I already knew, but...
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and I'm keeping that in this project bag. This is by Mars at Hey Brown Berry. It's so cool. She made this from an antique zipper and a piece of strap of leather. I just fell in love with it. I love the colors on it, and it's actually funny because the colorway actually almost matches the bag.
Yeah, I do like this bag.
So that's Morris's Hey Brown Berry. She has an Etsy shop.
Good job, Mom. It is Corriedale, Grey Alpaca, and Mulberry Silk.
So this is well, I always forget which direction to go.
It's fine.
I forget it's mirrored. So that's in the...
It doesn't help that, the screen that we're looking at is this big.
Yeah, we're going to get there. One day we're going to have a big setup.
And lights. And lights. We'll have lights and a microphone. So you can actually hear Mom and it won't sound like I'm yelling.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Maybe.
So, then back during lockdown, the next thing is, back during lockdown,
we mentioned this a couple.
I think I mentioned it last time, but I didn't have it to show. What? Am I rattling too much?
A little bit. We're not bad, just let's...
So, I started the Blanket of Calm, and I'm just doing 3 rounds per little square.
You should link this to, G, because I feel like G would really like...
It's just tiny little, and I'm not caring about changing colors in the middle of a square. I just change colors. And then I'm going to find a really light gray that I can add to join them all together.
It's cute.
So
I do think you should start going ahead and joining.
Yeah, I probably should. I have about 50, maybe 60 squares now. And on nights when I just can't concentrate, that's what I pick up. So, that's all I have that's in progress.
That's all you have that's in progress?
Yep.
Okay.
I have a problem child to talk about after we get through.
Okay. So I guess there's a bit of a spoiler alert with these 2 projects because they are on our yarn and they're colorways that we are introducing today in this podcast. So
they won't be for sale.
They're not going to be for sale yet, but
it's a sneak peek at what they look like.
I mean, they'll be for sale by the time this goes up, probably.
Maybe.
Sorry, for some reason the filming setup has migrated very far away from the only surface that I have to put things on.
I think we were pulling it over.
Yeah. So I started a hat. and it is in our new colorway called PB&J, and I cannot remember what this hat's called, but it is a free pattern that I have a project for on Ravelry. Do you remember what it's called? Because you linked it to me.
No, but I can look it up really quick.
Please hold. It's Pulled the Wool Over.
And who did it again?
By Espace
Trico.
Me, I don't know words.
That's called knitting space. That's French for knitting space.
I'm not French. I took French for 2 semesters in high school and was not good at it. The teacher made fun of me because I didn't know how to spell sandwich in English.
That's for the next episode. Let's don't get into phonics.
She was like, it's the same way you spell it in English, and I was so, like, just whatever about this class that I was like, I don't know how to spell sandwich, and she just was like, you don't know how to spell sandwich, and I was like, 16 and annoyed. But yeah, no, it's a free pattern, it's good.
Espace Trico. They have awesome patterns. They truly do. And, so I looked at their patterns, and they had one for an Aran weight, and so that I sent it over to Avery.
And it's like a little toboggan, and it's purple and tan, and it's supposed to look like swirls of peanut butter and jelly, which I think we figured out how to do. I think it's stinking cute. I think it's going to be a really cute hat.
I think it would be a cute hat or a cute scarf because it won't stripe.
No, it doesn't stripe. It does like a swirl.
It will be more like a pooling.
Like a swirl?
Yeah, for a hat it will be more of a swirl. For a...
I don't know if I'm going to put a pom-pom on it. The photo and the pattern has a pom-pom.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge pom-pom person. I know that they're really popular, but I'm not.
I think for the scarf, it would be more stripy.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I don't think it would pull as much, but I think it reminds me so much of the Smucker's Goober peanut butter.
Which is exactly what I was thinking of when I proposed the colorway. So,
perfect.
It worked.
I forgot to mention the pattern for the John Arbin wool.
Oh.
And that's Bandon by the Sea. And the designer for that is Kay Hopkins. It is a paid-for pattern and it is on Ravelry. I haven't looked to see if it's anywhere else. Like, I don't know if it's on Etsy or not. We will try, if we can find any of the items that we're using via Etsy, we'll try and include those links in the show notes as well.
But yeah, I mean, that is a cute pattern. The hat is also a cute pattern. I will say that it calls for a lot of yarn, and I don't know if I'm actually going to need that much yarn. I think I'm going to have a lot left over, but it's fine because I like that base, which is another spoiler warning. But yeah, and there's also the beginnings of a baby sweater.
I'll hold the cake for you.
Beginnings of a baby sweater in the other colorway that we are going to be announcing later, which is Strawberry Shortcake, which is meant to have like pink swirls with like yellow cake and then white frosting, and it is going to be Macaroon. Do you remember what the name is?
I think it's French Macaroon. Hold on just a second and I can...
She sent me the pattern because
pretty sure that one is the Noble Thread, but let me double check. I'm almost positive it's the Noble Thread.
This is another, I've been doing a lot of garter stitch, just straight knitting, but it's going to be paired with
Yes, it is the French Macaroon.
We're gonna link it.
The Noble Thread.
So this is going to be paired with this, which is our apple cider colorway. So that's the two colors that are going to be on that.
I owe some baby sweaters, so Avery has offered to help me get one of them done.
I have, because I'm a good doobie.
And I have one that's been a problem child for about 6 weeks now, and it's been in timeout. And I have another one that I'm working on that I'm not going to share today, because I would like to get it finished and actually make sure that I'm afraid the stitches will fall off the needles.
So you're on the arms.
Yeah, and it's slippery yarn.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. But that's the only things that I've been working on. I still have the beekeeper's quilt that I've been knitting on at times, but not really very much, because a lot of my time has been like this, or the purple, or like I really wanted to get the bandana done, so I did that. And then right after that we had finished dyeing up this, and I wanted to see how it worked up. Well, no, I finished the bandana. We had done the PB&J. I wanted to see how that knit up. And then you asked me I offered to help with these.
Yep.
So I've been prioritizing stuff that you have promised people.
Yes.
So, yeah, those are my works in progress. That's all I've been doing.
Awesome. All right.
Yep.
Problem child. Okay, first let me say, I saw this sweater. I thought it was the cutest thing. So, I got it. I bought it. I loved it.
It's cute.
I told other people about it.
It's stinking cute.
I think it is a very, very sweet sweater. I'm searching in my Ravelry now to see if I can find it.
Do you have it in timeout?
Oh. It is Fox Baby Yoke sweater by Knit Toronto. So,
go on. Well, first, okay, let's start with what are the good parts of the pattern?
The pattern is stinking cute. Like,
is it easy to follow? Like,
are
the instructions clear?
Yeah.
So it is realistically a Colorworks pattern that has
usually most of the pattern, it's a 2-color color work. There is one area where it is 3 colors.
So it's like approachable.
From that
perspective.
I have done 3-color. I've done 4-color color work before. 3-color color work can be for new color work. It can be a struggle.
So we'll say intermediate on terms of color work scale of difficulty.
Yes, because it's more than 2 colors at a time.
Okay.
But that's okay. That part is not of a concern. I opted to do and this down here, I ran out. So this would not normally look like this. This would normally be little triangles. So this is me trying to make do because I ran out of this dusty pink. And I only had one hank, and I was afraid it was going to be too short. And now I'm seriously considering frogging back so that this actually, so I lose an inch here. However, the pattern told me to knit to here. Okay? So
your concern with it is that it's too
big. So I knit a
child.
6 to 12 month, and currently right now the child that this was knit for is a year old.
Right.
And from the nape of their neck, and I'm not finished, I still have another 1.5 to 2 inches to knit. And from the nape of their neck to the small of their back is 10 inches. And this is already 15 inches long.
So, okay, yes.
And I'm going to add another 2 inches.
Right, so it's going to be a total of how long?
17 inches.
I guess I just feel like...
And the armhole is here. So this is where the arm hinges at.
Right.
That's at least 3 inches. At least 3 inches below where the natural armpit would be.
I guess I just feel like allowing for more movement in children's clothes is probably not a bad thing.
Yeah.
And also allowing more, like, I guess my thing, like, I don't have kids. I've never had kids. It is debatable whether or not I will ever have a toddler, since the current idea is for me to adopt. But I guess I feel like...
I know larger's better because they can wear it longer. That's not... But I want it to be wearable. And my concern, this has been in timeout for as long as it's been in timeout because I'm concerned it's not going to be wearable. And honestly, the baby that I'm giving this to now is not who I initially had planned to give it to because of how big it is. The baby I was going to give it to is only 2 months old. And they wouldn't be able to wear this until next winter. And then it would be a hit or miss as to whether or not it fit or not. I don't mean to say, I really hate giving negative...
I don't think you're giving... I think you're overthinking it, and I also think, like, I guess to me, we live in New England, right? So, like, realistically, summer's almost over for us.
Well, we probably have 4 weeks of
very hot weather, and then we start having cooler evenings and cooler nights.
Yes.
And the days might still be pretty hot, but especially if you live near the ocean or if you live upwards towards northern Mass, you're gonna start getting it to be cooler in the afternoons and the evenings. So, like, this might not be a situation where the kid can wear it in the depths of December, but it might be a thing where, like, anywhere from September to October, he wears it, she wears it?
She wears
it, like, in the evenings. Like, I guess it's just, to me, like, allowing more movement in the arms doesn't seem like a bad idea. Having it be a bit larger doesn't seem like a bad idea. Like, little bodies get colder easier than big bodies, so, like, I guess my thing is just...
Maybe I'm just trying to be too much of a perfectionist.
I think that that's your problem a lot of the time.
Ooh.
Says somebody who does the same thing because you raised me. I think it's a stinking cute sweater, and even if it's a situation where, like, I don't know, I guess if somebody gave me that, I wouldn't be going, oh my god, it doesn't fit this child exactly to a T, how dare she? I would be like, that's freaking adorable. thank you so much for doing all that work. You know what I mean? And it also might be that this, other controversial opinion, kids grow differently.
True.
Have you checked to see what a normal size is at like a Old Navy? Because it might be that this pattern is following sizing for a more like generalized child, whereas you're talking to somebody whose kids tend to be very thin and very short. Because
Well, David's not short. But anyway,
his wife.
Yeah, she might be your height.
Because I know that my entire life, normal, like going to off-the-rack clothing stores, things were too long for me. So I'm not, again, this is not me, this is me saying...
I mean, I guess the child could wear it as like a little dress with leggings and boots, and it would be really cute.
Cute in the fall.
It'll be a finished object next week.
I guess my thing is, like, what Mom is saying about this pattern is make sure that you measure your kid. But I guess that's true of most patterns.
And maybe because I don't have the kid here, and this was a 1 year, this was supposed to be something that I gave to the family with a not so fancy sweater for the birth.
Right.
And what it's ended up being is a sweater that will be going to a cousin of the new baby for their 1 year birthday, as opposed to who it was initially intended to go to. Because the newborn was a preemie.
See, that's also that's gonna affect.
They'll never get to wear this. I mean, it'll be maybe March.
I guess it's just a thing where like.
Or next September.
Yeah, but here's the other good thing about this. Like, this sort of thing isn't something that's gonna go out of style. Which I have like complicated opinions about the fact that children's clothing has annual style shifts, because that sounds freaking ridiculous to me, but whatever. I just think that it's a cute pattern, and as long, like, the instructions were clear, just make sure that you're a lot, like, if you are worried about your kid being a little bit smaller on this pattern, make sure that you do some measuring on your own.
And honestly, if I had had enough of the pink, this would be little diamonds, and it would be really cute.
I mean, it is really cute.
Where it is, I did a slip stitch so that it looks kind of like a picket fence. I have a Ravelry page for this. But you know, the yardage that it calls for is on point for the size.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's excellent, actually, because I always find that I have,
because I thought it was going to be an overage situation.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to have enough of the pink.
No.
And so the pink would normally be at the very top.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm finishing with is I used our apple cider.
Yeah.
For the fox cheeks.
Yep.
And I'm finishing the top of it with the apple cider.
Okay. I mean, I just think it's stinking cute.
So.
Personally. I think that I wouldn't.
I have maybe 2 rounds before I start the actual ribbing.
Yeah.
And then it's just
I still want you to send me this so that I can make it for somebody, maybe. I don't know if she watches this, so I'm not going to talk about it.
But, yeah, I think it's a really cute pattern. I guess, again, it goes back to, is the sizing, is the grading for the sizes, are they like institutional sizing? You know,
Yeah,
like,
I haven't looked at the pattern, so I would need to see the pattern, but I think that's probably what's happening. And it's just something you should know going into it, that like, hey, you should probably measure your kid.
Yeah.
Which I also think it's not as usual that like you're making this for a friend's grand nephew.
yes,
Like,
grandniece,
that's
grandniece.
Well, it started out as a grand nephew.
No, they were both nieces.
Oh, well, grandniece, whatever, whomever.
Yep.
The point is it's not like you know the mom, so that you can be like, hello. Like, I feel like normally when you're making a gift for a baby that's already here, you know the person a little bit better.
Yeah, and what I'll do is on my Ravelry page for it, I'll call out the size that I made, and I'll measure it from the full length, all underarm to bottom cuff, across the shoulders. I'll put all that information in my notes on my Ravelry page, so that if somebody else is looking at making this particular size, then at least they'll know what the measurements are going to look like. So that's the problem child I've been fussing about, or
lingering on for a very long time.
Probably bitching about for the last 2 episodes.
You didn't even mention it once last time.
Oh, I didn't?
No.
Oh, I mentioned it in the first week.
You did, but you weren't very specific, so I don't know if you were really bitching.
Oh, okay.
You were just sort of like, we'll talk about it later, and I was just like,
yeah, I had it hidden for a while so that I didn't have to look at it.
That's how you know something's really in timeout, is when she doesn't even look at it. But that's all of the whips and problem children we have. You bought anything?
Not that it has arrived. No.
No.
I bought some things, but they're either in transit or they haven't shipped yet.
I haven't bought anything. No. I've been very good.
No.
I've not spent any money on yarn-related crafts.
I mean, I can pull some yarn from behind us and just talk about what. Maybe we should do that.
Wow. Oh.
I mean,
alternate segment.
We
could comment below if on weeks when we don't have goodies, you would like us to talk about our never-ending stash, because it's a never-ending story.
We could pull.
Yeah, we really could, and you guys could help us figure out what to do with it. That'd be great.
I mean, because we've got everything from the sheep was in the field. They sheared the sheep. They took it to the mill, and here it is. And we've also got commercial, and we've got hand dyed. So we have the gamut.
Yeah.
I even have some Cheviot from the Isle of Skye in Scotland. So
she went without me twice.
We can show you
twice.
I don't have any. Is it cuvette? Is that the
I don't know.
Musk ox? I think.
I don't know.
The under fur for the musk ox that's supposed to be like.
I didn't realize mohair was goat.
Extremely light and really warm, but it's very, very expensive because of how difficult it is to harvest. And so I don't have that. Or we don't have that. But we've got sock yarn out the...
Hoo-ha.
Yes. But we also have loads of Aran heavy worsted sweaters quantities, like ridiculous amounts of yarn.
Remember last episode when she said if she didn't know what she wanted to make with something, she just bought a sweaters quantity? This is the other side of that thought process.
There's also another opportunity if we don't have any acquisitions or goodies.
Why do people call it acquisition?
I don't know.
I get that you're acquiring something, but all that reminds me of is when the company I work for buys another company.
And that's a really negative thing.
They call it like this was made an acquisition, and I'm like, so you're like, the first time you mentioned doing a segment about acquisitions, I was like, goodies? Unboxing? Literally any other word? I don't know. Yarn tube, explain.
So another alternative is knitting book reviews, because I am also a huge collector of knitting books.
Is that what we're calling the hoard you have over there?
Maybe.
See, that would probably be a little bit more time intensive, because you would want to like actually maybe do one of them. Comment below.
Do one of them, like a
pattern. That's how you would be able to actually tell if a book is good or not. Okay. Okay, so
there are books that I have that are merely like coffee table books.
Yes.
That are beautiful knitting books that I have because of how beautiful they are. They're not, well, I should knit something from them.
Because it would probably not be good.
But will I?
Well, okay, here's my deal. If you're going to review a cookbook,
I will knit something from, you know what? I will knit something from, the...
Hip Knit Hats?
No.
Because I can see that one.
Tudor Roses. But you have to knit something from Tudor Roses as well.
Okay. My point was, this was my point. If you were reviewing a cookbook for me and you hadn't bothered to make any of the recipes and you told me it wasn't good, a small part of me would be like, yeah, but you didn't make it and try it.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant. I meant not review.
Well, you said review.
I meant kind of go, look at this beautiful book.
Well, why would we show someone a book if we don't know if it's good?
Because it's beautiful.
Well, I think we've distinctly decided what kind of books to have on a different basis, which explains the hoard of cookbooks you've also passed to me that I haven't touched. Because if it has knowledge in it that I want, it is worth having, but if it is just a book...
But see, those have not... A lot of my books are reference books. And that they may not... Some of our viewers may not know about the reference books.
But that's not the pretty books.
No, but that they may... I mean, it was just an idea.
I'm not even saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying
an idea.
I'm just saying that if you're going to review a book, holding it up and going, look at these pretty photos. It's sort of like me taking, like, a pattern, like a sewing pattern, and being like, look at this pretty photo on the front of the envelope. This is a great pattern. Like, no, is the pattern easy to follow? Are the instructions clear? Is the sizing on the pattern accurate? Like, are these not things that people who on sewing YouTube do these things, review patterns and do?
And you're right.
I'm not even
just
saying,
an idea.
Well, again, if people are interested in us doing that, you have so many books. The bookshelves are buckling. Okay, like, we have the things. We could do the content. It might be a little bit time intensive, but frankly, you don't need to finish an entire pattern to know if it is a good pattern. Controversial opinion, maybe. Am I wrong?
No.
If something makes no sense halfway through, I just tend to frog it, because it's just like, this makes no sense. $2 wasted. I'm very bitter about exactly one pattern that I was really excited about, and it made no sense. Thanks. Not mentioning names because I'm not an asshole, but just saying. But okay, that's, so let us know.
Yeah.
What you would want us to do, maybe.
Stash.
Or book stash.
Or one of each. When we don't have new stuff.
Yeah, that's an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that, we don't have plenty of things to gab about. But I think that's everything we normally talk about, right? Because it's acquisitions are last. Goodies.
Yeah. So I guess
Next
that's
will be the
it.
shop update.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to deal with that, that's cool. We understand. Thanks for hanging out.
We hope you get to play with fiber. Thank you
Thanks.
for joining us.
See you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye. For those of you still here, shop update. So we saw a bit earlier PB&J.
Yep.
This is going to be available soon. I think we're going to start on just the one base for now. Probably just the new base that we're coming out with, which the product page on our website will have more information on. It's going to be is it a superwash merino worsted?
Yes.
So it's probably going to start out just on that one. If you guys really like it, maybe we do it on other bases as well. I just think it's stinking cute. This one was my idea, in case that wasn't very clear, since I'm the one who's, like, obsessed with it.
It is cute. I think, honestly,
I just think
it
it's
looks
hilarious.
like peanut butter and grape jelly swirled up in a jar. That's what it looks like.
I just think it's hilarious, because the first couple of times I mentioned it, she just was like, wah. And then went to show it to a couple of our friends, and my friend was like, it'd be really cute, peanut butter and jelly sock yarn. And I'm just like, Sarah knows. Sarah knows.
Yep.
And then to go with that, because it's sort of like a summer treat situation, which was my idea, we have the strawberry shortcake.
Yeah.
And this is the actual base it's going to be on.
Yeah. That's the worsted.
And I really, really
It's
actually...
super, it's a really, really nice worsted superwash. Super scrunchy.
Very easy. It doesn't split. It doesn't get mad if you have to pull back. Like, some yarn really doesn't like to be frogged. This is fine.
It's not grabby on needles.
Nope. I like it a lot. Actually, part of the reason why I'm using it for the sweater is because I wanted to see how this base worked up. It's really, really, really nice. I like it a lot. So yeah, that'll be in the shop soon, if not already when you're seeing this. And we also have, I know that we did a video before, but we will likely still have some of the purple. This is on a different base.
That is a DK non-superwash merino.
Yep.
And it's coming out blue.
It might look different on the computer.
Yeah.
But the product page will definitely have better pictures of this. This base is only going to have this colorway and this colorway is only going to be on this base.
Yep.
This is specifically for Empower People 2020. It's DK. It also is really nice. I also like this a lot. It is a little bit more grabby, and it doesn't like being frogged as much as a superwash, but that's because it's a non-superwash yarn. So just a thing to be aware of.
Yep.
But the fabric that it creates is really, really nice. So this is also there.
What size needles did you use on the
It
cowl?
called for
Bandana?
7s, but I used 8s because I wanted it to have more of a drape.
Drape.
So I would personally suggest going up a size in the needle department if you wanted the same kind of drapey fabric. But this also crochets up really nice. My roommate G is crocheting their cowl. Actually, I think they finished. I should have grabbed it so that you guys could see it, but
we'll have pictures of the crocheted cowl and of the knitted cowl on the product page.
Yep.
For the yarn.
Also, we'll be linking to the Empower People 2020 website and the charity once we know what charity it is.
Yeah, we are trying to tie up those loose ends before we get the product actually put up on the website. So,
but by the time you see this, that will all be hashed out, and we'll have made announcements on Instagram, and then all the information will be there. So just check out the links below. And that's everything, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess that's all for us. Hope you have a good few weeks. Thanks for hanging out with us for probably roughly an hour and 15 minutes again.
Yeah, we are extremely humbled that you want to spend time with us, and we really appreciate that you're allowing us to have time. Yeah.
Yeah, we really, really think it's really awesome, actually.
Yeah. So, take care. Play with fiber.
As often as you can.
Bye.
Bye, guys.